everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing this makeup look for you guys. I had this look on earlier in the week and a lot of you guys wanted to see a tutorial. Even though I did film it, I did think twice about posting it. Sometimes I sit down to film and I'm doing my makeup and I just decide to record it just in case. And since you guys did request it, I decided to edit and upload it for you today. Now I am going to be using the Vice 4 palette, which is discontinued on the Sephora website, but if you guys are still interested in this palette, you can get it at a discount on the Urban Decay website. So if this is a palette that you saw during the Christmas season that looked good but you actually didn't want to pay full price for it, now is the time to get it. It is limited edition, so once it's gone off the Urban Decay website, it's pretty much gone. Anyhow, I'm gonna use the shade Framed to kind of set the eyeshadow base down, and then I did use Bitter to go in with the crease, go into the crease. And that shade that you guys are seeing me use is actually not from the Vice 4 palette. It's a shade called Motown from Makeup Geek. And I'm gonna use that on a MAC 222 brush in the crease. This is just gonna help the other colors that I'm gonna use transition into each other better. Make sure you blend them edges. And next I'm gonna go in with this shade. It's called Bones from the Vice 4 palette. All the other shades that I'm gonna pretty much be using is from the Vice 4 palette, if I didn't say, except for that bluish, purplish crease shade that I used earlier. Then I'm gonna go in with a flat shader brush and use the shade Beat Down from the Vice 4 palette, and I'm gonna pretty much use that on the outer parts of my eyes, and then I'm gonna use the shade Grasshopper on the center portion of my lid. And then I'm gonna go in with another shade called Flame, and this I'm gonna use, well, try to make sure that those two colors blend together, I guess, of course. Okay, so this is gonna be Flame, and right there I used the MAC Mix-In Medium to let it stick, but it wasn't working out very well for me, so I ended up going with the Lit Glitter Base. This is one of those pressed glitter shade, and I actually thought this was gonna be one of my favorite shades in the palette, but it honestly, I just couldn't build it to the intensity that I wanted to. So of course I'm going to clean my face off, because that's one of the reasons why I did do the eyes first before the face, because these shades by Urban Decay do have a lot of fallout. Anyhow, I'm going to go in with my what is this? My foundation stick. This one is from Makeup Forever. It's the Ultra HD Stick Foundation. It did warm up to my face. This one was in the shade 173, but if you guys are interested in this foundation, don't do like me and just think you know your shade, because I do wear it in 173 in the liquid version, but I think the stick versions are just a little bit lighter. If not, they do oxidize. So just try it out before you actually purchase it on your skin, before you make that final decision. Anyhow, for concealer, I'm going to use my Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer, but I'm going to also use a little bit of this concealer from Sephora. I think it's their brand concealer called their Gel Serum Concealer. I'll leave all the information down below, guys. I always try to leave everything down below in the description box, just in case I don't mention it in the video, like color shades and all that good stuff. Anyhow, I'm going to blend those two together. The darker shade from Sephora is just going to help it to transition better into my foundation. Next, I'm going to go in and do some cream contour, and I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Stick Foundation again. This one is in the shade 180, and I'm going to, of course, blend that out with a damp beauty blender. When I originally did the review for the liquid and the stick foundation a few months ago, I did mention that the stick version was, something that actually caught my attention more than the liquid form. When I did get the stick one to use all over, I didn't like it until I tried it with the Nivea Men's Aftershave Balm, which I do have a review of coming up next week. By the way, next week is going to be all drugstore week, so you guys want to stay tuned for that. And I did do a review on the Nivea Aftershave Balm, and I do want you guys to see that video. I don't want to give anything away because I did talk about this foundation stick and how I was able to make it work for my skin type. Anyhow, I'm going to set the concealed portion of my face with this MAC powder. Once again, I don't quite remember the name, but of course I'll leave that information down below. A lot of you guys always ask me about brushes, so I am gonna start to leave the brush names in the description box as well. Anyhow, I'm gonna set the the contoured portions of my face with the bronzer from Makeup Forever. This is their number 2 palette with the highlighter and the bronzer. I'm actually trying out the bronzer. This isn't my first time trying it out, but I decided to start using it a lot more. I know that Amy Macedo in her 2015 Beauty Favorites did mention that it is a nice bronzer, so I wanted to give it another try. For contour, I did go in with Swiss Chocolate by MAC. Now for my blush, I don't quite remember the color that I used, but I'll leave it in the description box. I just have to, pop it out the palette. But I do think that I did use Coppertone by MAC because that is the one that I've been obsessed with lately. And of course I'm gonna highlight, and I haven't done this in a long time, but this is the not highlight, but I haven't used this particular one in a while. This one is also the Makeup Forever Palette 2 highlighter. And then I'm going to go back in and finish up the rest of my eyes, and I'm going to use Motown once again by Makeup Geek. You guys did see a glimpse of it. It's such a pretty shade. I don't know if I've ever told you guys about the new matte colors from Makeup Geek, but I actually really like them. And yeah, I see myself reaching for them so much. I did go in with a bit of pale, what is that? Kind of like that creamy pencil in the waterline. I didn't get a chance to record it. I guess I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. But I'll leave the one that I used down below. It's by MAC. For the inner portions of my eyes, I did use the shade Harlot. Interesting. From the Vice 4 palette, but I'm actually going to mix a little bit of Kaleidoscope by Makeup Geek. It's one of their dual chrome pigments, just to make that part of my eyes pop a little bit more. You guys know how much I love to do that. For my lips, I'm going to first line my lips with Whirl Lipliner by MAC, and I'm going to kind of halfway fill them, well, not halfway, but kind of feather it in just a little bit. And then for my lip color, which a lot of you guys were asking, I actually used Beeper Liquid. No, I didn't. What is this? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm here getting everything mixed up. This is MAC's one of their new liquid lipsticks, which I did do a review on, which I'll leave down below. And for the lip liner, I actually used Hover. I'll leave all information, as I say, in the description box, but that was actually a liquid lipstick from MAC, not Beeper. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up and to subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.